There we are, everyone. Sorry, I was deep in thought, everybody. How is everything? Are you all alright? Deep thought. Thinking about past events. Wondering what kind of world I've woken up in today. When you've lived as long as I have, and you've done as many strange things as I have, and my thoughts are in places today, dark places today. I can't understand how we've got to where we are some days. It's a strange world we live in, is it not? Of course, my condolences go out to Charlie Kirk and his family. Of course they do. This man and his family have literally no idea who I am. But for those children, they now are going to have to grow up in a world without their father, and that is a very terrifying prospect. And that poor girl, because she is a girl, she's so young, his wife, and she must be in an emotional turmoil of the likes of which I hope none of you ever have to go through. I nearly went through it when my husband had his heart attack 9 years ago, and I nearly lost him, and that would have left my children fatherless, and they were so young at the time when it happened. And so I can honestly say I have experience of what this grief is. When you have your partner, you've got this vision, this ideal vision that you both of you are going to go out and conquer the world together and raise your family and you're going to have adventures and you're going to do wonderful things, and then suddenly somebody pulls the rug from under your feet and you are left flying all over the place with everything coming at you everywhere all at once. And your primary concern is making sure that your children are okay. And you tend to put yourself on the back burner. And sometimes it doesn't hit what's happened to you until many weeks, months, even years down the line. And then suddenly it's like everything's just, all the dust has come back down, it's all settled, and everything else is just flowing, and everything just seems that you can just be just a normal day, and you can just be just doing normal things. And then the realization of what's happened to you hits like a brick wall, and sometimes it just knocks the ever loving air out of your lungs, and you're left feeling, what just happened? How did I get through that? It's quite the emotion. And this poor girl, Charlie Kirk's wife, is going to go through that one day. It's not going to be right now. The pain she's got right now is the raw pain of having her partner taken away from her and the father of her children taken away from her, right? What she will experience later on down the line is the overwhelming, how the hell did we survive all that? How did my children and myself survive that? And she will go through it. And it's not pleasant. It is not pleasant. If you're like me, you tend to just want to shut everything out. And you do. Because it's the only way that my brain could cope. And it's 9 years. 9 years I've had where I've thought about what's happened and I've thought about what people have done over the years, and it leaves you in a position where you find it incredibly difficult to trust. And as nice as everything is, and as lovely as everything is, there's always going to be a part of you that is so damaged that you are never going to be able to reveal that part of you to anyone ever again. I think it's Japanese saying that the Japanese man has 3 faces. He has the one he shows his family, he's the one he shows the world, and he's the one that he shows to himself and himself alone. There is a lot to be said for that. So yes, those children and Mrs. Kirk, I don't know her name, I'll just call her Mrs. Kirk, have to try and navigate a world without their protector. And believe me, I would not want to be a woman in the world right now without a protector in my life, my husband. You know, you don't just have to go to bed and wake up the next day for something to go on and go wrong, because it seems to be happening every 5 flipping minutes at the moment. Take, for instance, 24 years ago, innocent men and women and